No, this is Waga. As always, like and subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment if you have a question, and start the repository on GitHub. The video about to watch was part of a much longer video. The initial video was going on for too long, so I decided to split it into two so it can be more manageable. I want my videos to be a more manageable time. Of course, I usually have compendium videos where I just take the entire, like all the videos together and splice them in together and have one long video if you'd prefer it like that. But most people would like, most people consume it in small doses. So this video is going to be a continuation of the last video, and we're going to continue working with the sign up form. The mistake I made, I forgot to add context to tell it where it was. So we add context, and everything is as it should be. And yeah, so basically we now have our BLoC, and after that we can go back to give the BLoC listener a child, and that child is going to be a BLoC builder, and that BLoC builder is going to be provided by a BLoC. That BLoC is going to be a sign up BLoC, and that builder is going to a BLoC builder is basically it is going to help the UI respond to changes based on the sign up BLoC state. So when the state changes, the UI will also change, right? Yeah, it's basically that. And like a future builder, it takes in a future builder takes in a future and a builder. This one takes in a BLoC, which is a sign up BLoC, and a builder. And here the builder is going to take in two arguments: the context and the state. And the context is going to be a type build context, and the state is going to be sign up state, and this is going to be state, like so. And after this we are going to do that, and it's going to return a single child scroll view, and the scroll direction is going to be axis.vertical, like so. The child is going to be a container, like so. We're going to give it a container. I didn't spell it correctly. A container, like so. And we're going to put semicolon here. And the color is going to come from our constants. I can't remember what I called it, so let me just come here and go to project and go to lib folder and go to UI, and it's called background color. So we go back to our, where are we, sign up form. You can just click there. So you could say background color, like so. And the width is going to be size dot width. The height is going to be size dot height, like that. And it's going to we need to import it, so come here, click import the constants, like so. And after that we are going to have a child, which is going to be a column, like so, and the column is going to have two axes, which is two plural of axes, or is it axes? Main axis alignment is going to be both of them centered. Main axis alignment, center, cross axis alignment, center, like so. And it's going to have children, and the widget is going to be a center widget, doing a lot of centers, and the child is going to be a text, and the first argument in text is usually a string, so in our case it's going to be chill, and we're going to give it a bit of style. So the style is going to be text style, like so, and it's going to have a font size, and the font size is going to be size dot width, and we're going to multiply this by 0.2, and the color is going to be colors dot white, like so. Yeah. So after that, we are going to create, let's just save that so that it can format for us. And after that, after we come to the text, we're going to come to the bottom of the center, and we're going to put this divider you can see here on the screen, and we're going to have a container. The width is going to be size dot width and we multiply it by, multiply it by 0.8. As you can see, it doesn't extend the entire length. Give it a bit of space, like so, like so. And after that, we're going to have a child here of the actual divider. The divider, and we are going to have a height. Our height is going to be size dot height, and we multiply it by 0.05, like so, 0.05, like so, right? And the color, as you can see, no prizes for guessing, is have to capitalize the C, colors dot white, like so. And we have the divider and we have the container, and after that we're going to add a bit of padding. And we're going to say padding is going to be edge inserts dot all, and we're going to say size dot height, and we multiply it by 0.02, like so. And it's going to have a child. The child is going to be a text text form field. Okay, let's just type the form field. The text form field, and we're going to pass in the controller. The controller is going to be, in this case, we're starting with email controller, and auto validate is going to be true if you want those error messages, and the validator is going to be, return not state dot is email valid, and depending on that, we're going to say, if it's true, invalid email, else we are going to say just nothing. Now, so this is a ternary expression. It evaluates two options. So it's going to check, is this true? Like, is the email valid? Is the email invalid? And if it is, it says invalid, or else it says null. So after that, after the validator, we're going to come here and we're going to put a bit of decoration. We're going to put input decoration, and of course the label text. Yeah, we do have a label style, but let's just type the label text. It's going to be email, and the label style is going to be text style, and the color, what's up? The color is going to be colors.white, like so. And we're going to give it a font size of, the font size is going to be size dot height, and we're going to multiply it by 0.03, and we're going to give it a focused border, which you can see on the over there. The focused border is going to be outline input border, and that is going to take a border side, not radius, border side is going to be border side, and this is going to be color, which is going to be colors dot white, and the width is going to be, it's going to be itty bitty, like you can see here. Width is going to be 1.0, like so, and we're going to put a comma for formatting reasons, and we hit save, and we put a comma between those two so it can format better. And after the focused border, we're going to have enabled border, which is going to be pretty much the same. So we could just say enable border, we could just copy this, copy, and paste it here, like so. Oh, we didn't copy the O. We say outline. We say outline like that. So yeah, and after that we are going to the end of padding, put comma, and then we're going to do it all over again, I'm guessing. It looks more or less the same. We could just copy this. Copy. I think the difference is going to be obscure text, like so. So we have that. We have 0.02. We have this as the password controller. For the password controller, just make sure it's correct. And controller is going to be password controller. Auto validate is going to be true. Autocorrect, we can put it as false. Should we put auto validate? Okay, auto validate, we already put that. So next is obscure text, so that obscure text, this is going to be true. And what the obscure text does is, you can see in the email, you can just see what we're typing, but on the password it obscures the text. So that's what basically it does. And yeah, so we're going to have the obscure text, autocorrect, and auto validate, and the validator is going to return state is password, not email. Is password valid, like so, and this is going to say invalid password, not invalid email. Basically the same thing, invalid password, not invalid email, like so. And then it's going to have decoration of input decoration. It's going to be password, and then it's going to have text style colors dot white, the font size is the same, 0.03, outline border, yada yada yada, and yeah, basically that. And then we're going to come to the end of padding, and we can start building this button here. And for that we could say it's basically the same, the padding is the same. So we could start with at the end of that padding we create a new padding, so we could say padding, like so. And the edge inserts, we can just copy this, right? Copy it, and come here and paste it, like so. And its child is going to be gesture detector, and that is going to be on tap. When we tap it, it's going to check whether the button is enabled. We could say is sign up button enabled, and we pass in the state, and the state, like so. And this is going to be not on, on form submitted, or null, like so. And yeah, a child here, child is container. I'm going to give it a width of size dot width, and we multiply it by 0.8, and the height in question is size dot width, and we multiply it by 0.06, like so, and we come down and we give it a bit of decoration, and the decoration is going to be box decoration, like so, and its color is going to be dependent on whether it can be clicked or not. Is, we could say, is sign up button enabled, and it's going to take in the state, and if it is, it's going to be colors dot white, else it's going to be colors dot gray, like so. So we have done that, and then we're going to give it a border radius, and the border radius is going to be border radius dot circular, and this is going to have a size dot height, and this is going to be multiplied by 0.05, like so. And after that, we're going to have a child, and the child is going to have a center, like so. Let me just put this away. Child is going to have a center, and the center is going to be a child of text. Center is going to have a child of text, and the first argument, of course, is a string. We could say SignUp, and we're going to give it a bit of style. We could say the style is the text style, and the text style is going to be font size, and this is going to be size dot height, and we multiply it by 0.025, like so, and the color is going to be colors dot blue dot dabadi dot dabadi. Yeah, so we're going to make it blue, like so. And I think we are more or less done with our page. We have the email change, the password change, the dispose for the controllers, and up here we have on form submitted, init state. We also have two booleans, which is populated and is signed button enabled, which will check whether you can click on it or not. I know it's a bit of a slog. Yeah, so basically that's that. Sign up form, we need to build the page that it's to be included in. So for that, we come to the pages folder in the UI, and we can right click and hit new dart file, and we can call this sign up, like so. Hit this and we get this. Okay, now sign up page is basically going to be a stateful widget, and yeah, it's going to be a stateful widget, and basically that, yeah, it's going to be a stateful widget. So we just type stful, like so, and we call it sign up, like that, and yeah, sign up. And after that, we import the prerequisites. We import Flutter material that, like so, and after that we create an instance of the user repository. We could say final user repository, and that will import it, and it's going to be user repo, like so, repository, like so. And after that, we come here and say, we could actually just go to the form. Let's go to the form, sign up form, and we could copy this. It's going to be basically the same, right? So where's the page? Page, sign up, like so. And we copy, paste this here, and we say sign up, not form, sign up, like this. It has, we're going to pass in the user repository, and here I just think the user repository is not going to be null. That's what we're doing here, and this is required, that whenever we call out the sign up, we are going to pass in the user repository, and it's not going to be null. That's what we're saying basically. And after that, we're basically done with this part. We come down here, and we give it the sign up block, like this. We need to connect it to the sign up block, and the sign up block, of course, requires the user repository. It requires the user repository, so I could say user repository. It's a dependency, and you could create a getter called user repository that will reach up, repository that will reach up, and it's going to be widget dot to reach up dot underscore user repository, like so. And of course we need an init state, and why isn't it showing init state, like so. And we're basically going to do the thing that we did in the sign up form. We are going to give the user repository to our sign up block, so we could say, because it's a dependency upon it, let me just turn this down, sign up block. So we come here and we say sign up block, and this is going to be sign up block, and we pass in the user repository, like so. So we are more or less done on that end, and and now we can start building. And we come here, what we return is we could return on the page, we're going to return a scaffold. The scaffold is going to have an up bar, the text is going to be this, sign up, over here you can see it. So the title is going to be a text which says what you can see up there, sign up. And remember, we are going to center it so that it can appear the same on both Android and iOS. If you want to if you're just running it on Android, you will see this sign up to the left. So for that, we can put center title and hit true. On iOS, you won't know the difference if this line is included. So depending on what platform you are, you should just do that. So we could say background color is we're going to reach into is it called background color? Yeah, it's called background color, like that. And the elevation is going to be 0. The reason the elevation is going to be 0 is quite simple, is that we don't want a border, we want it to flow freely, right? You can't see a border here. If you put an elevation, you'd see a sort of demarcation between the up bar and the rest of the body. We want it to flow freely, and the same is also visible here, which we will be building next. So basically that's where we're putting the elevation at. We're setting the elevation is going to be 0, and after that we're going to come here and put the body. The body is going to have a BLoC provider, and the BLoC in question is going to be, of course, the SignUp BLoC, like so. And we are going to say create, and this is going to take in the context, and it's going to be SignUp BLoC, and we're going to pass in the user repository, like so. And I think we need to import the BLoC package. We have not done that. I think now we've done the BLoC package. Now we've imported it. A BLoC provider is basically provides the BLoC to the widgets underneath. Like we put it at a certain height in the tree, in the widget tree, like at the top or somewhere, like the way we put our auth. We provided our auth. If you can come back to home, we provided our auth to the top of our tree above the material app. So it's basically the entire, anywhere any other widget underneath can reach and check whether the person has logged in or logged out or not logged in. But now when it comes to sign up, it's only the widgets underneath the SignUp page that needs access to it. So that's why we're putting it relatively low on the widgets tree. I hope that is I think that's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so and yeah, and its child, its child is going to be the sign up form that we just built, and we can do this, and we're going to pass in the user repository because it's a dependency on this. We say that basically, if you can come up to the sign up form, we say that we're going to pass in the user repository and it's not going to be null. So that's what we're going to do. And where are we? Yeah, we come back to the sign up form. And yeah, basically that's that. So we have essentially built our sign up page, and now what's required is testing it out. Okay, I just noticed an error, and that error is in sign up state, I believe. So we can come back to sign up state, and I think I made 2 errors here. With sign up state, yeah, in the update, in this method, what we could do is we could get rid of the final. These are not final, these instances. We could say that, and also all these 3 is submitting is failure and is success is false, right? So we should correct that false. And I think because we just copied this code and put it in that's the problem with just copying code. We put it in login. We should go to the login state and check the same, whether the same is true. And yeah, we should just correct this. These are not final. These are not meant to be final. Yeah, we should correct that. In the login, we should make sure that the state and also when it comes to the copying, did you also copy that? All this is supposed to be false. So that's one error I had made when I was working. And if you can recall, we weren't testing it, and now we're coming to the testing part. So I'm trying to clean up a few things before we run it. The problem I've seen is in the container here, in the padding for the button, the gesture detector. So if we come here, we said height equals size dot width. Width is supposed to be the width, but here it's supposed to be size dot height, like so. So we should also correct that. I believe that's the next correction. And after this, we should try to hook things up and see whether it works or not. Another thing I realized that I ballsed up is that this one is a really small thing, but it's the spelling. I messed up the spelling. Yeah, so what we could come and do is in the sign up event, I said password changed instead of changed. I got the A and the N messed up, so you could say changed, password changed, and the password like that. And I did the same with email. You could say password changed, email changed rather. And since we copied this from the sign up, we copied the same to the sign up and the login. I'm guessing it's also the same here. So we could come here and we could say email changed like this, and we could say password changed like this. So basically those are the two corrections that we had to do. And what we should do next is we should hook up the we should hook up the sign up page to the simulator so that you can see it if it works. And for that we would come to home, and instead of returning tabs after our splash, we could say it's called sign up, right? I think sign up, like so. Is it what's the name? Sign up. It goes sign up like so. And yeah, we just import it like this. And I think it requires a user repository to be passed in, so we could just pass in the user repository because there's a dependency on the user repository. And after that we could run things and see if everything works as it should. Now we could give it a minute. It could take a while, so let me just cut and come back when it's done. Here's the splash screen, and then it comes to the sign up page. Of course, we're just testing this. This is not how it's going to work when we're finally done. We're just checking if this works. So for that, we could we look at it, and it looks as the final product. But let's check. Let's give it a bit of time, and it says invalid password. That is working, and we're seeing the transitions here are working, so it's logging correctly. Let's do the same with password, and let's type that, and we can. Oh, it's restarted for some reason. Okay, let's just go with it and wait, and hopefully everything will be fine. So we see the splash screen, and then this comes up, and we see this works, and we come here and we type. We see the button is not yet does not yet light up, and we could say I think you need to put in, let's try logging in first. We will crash because we have not yet created the profile, how it's going to take your email and create a profile for you. So it will crash, but we will see a black screen when it pops off this page of the stack. And if we check in our backend, we will see our login. So we will create test at gmail.com. like so. And when it comes to the password, we're going to have a password of we could just say password at and hit sign up, and this should pop it off. Okay, yeah, so that works. It has been popped off the stack. And if we go to Firebase, if no users for the project, if we reload, let me just reload, and that's the authentication. I've gone to Firebase and I've gone to authentication. Over here, this is database. You'll see nothing in the database, of course, because we have not yet created the profile. We're going to do it it's a few videos away. But if we come to authentication, we find that test.gmail. So it is working. After after correcting the few errors we made along the way, we have gotten to the point where you can sign up for our system, right? And yeah, thank you. So thank you for following this far and coding along with me and working at it and watching me correct a few errors. And I will see you in the next video.